The Samsung Galaxy S25 line is here, and it is smarter than the S24 in many ways, but dumber in some lesser ways. Let's get into it. First, let's start off with the rumored S25 Slim. That did not come. However, we did get a teaser for an S25 Edge instead, which means we may eventually get an S25 variant with a curved display. Now, second, since the majority of changes are software related, I'm going to start off with that first. And since that applies to all three S25 models, I think it is a great place to start. Now, all this is also AI related. So, also, another reason why to start there. So, instead of focusing on individual features like generative edit for manipulating photos or live translate for translating phone calls in different languages, Samsung is seeking to incorporate AI into its phones on a much more fundamental level. Now, a new tool called AI Select has been introduced and will suggest actions based on what's on your screen. The Photo Gallery app also supports conversational queries like those from Apple and Google. And something even more interesting and probably more convenient is that Samsung is incorporating this into the settings menu. So you can type in a query such as, "My eyes are hurting. Can you help with the screen?" to adjust the blue light filter or even lower the brightness. Now, Circle to Search, which is one of the most popular phone-based AI features, also gets updated to recognize sound. The way voice commands work on the Galaxy S25 improves with the use of basically what's a hybrid of Gemini and Bixby. And even though it says Ask Gemini, it's not pure Gemini. And this can be triggered by holding the power button. And with this, you can issue complex commands such as, "Get me the schedule for the season's Arsenal matches and add them to my calendar." Or, "Find me a pet-friendly vegan restaurant nearby and send it in a text message." Samsung and Google's apps will be supported, as well as certain third-party apps such as WhatsApp and Spotify initially. And like many Galaxy AI features, the voice commands use a combination of Google and Samsung models, with the difference depending on the task at hand. As an example, a search query might use Google's model, whereas saving info to Samsung Notes would likely use Samsung's model. And it's important to note that Samsung is using a large language model to make recommendations based on your personal routines by examining data from apps like the web browser, Photo Gallery, Samsung Health, Samsung Wallet, and SmartThings. So, if it's too hot in your bedroom and your Galaxy Ring knows you keep waking up in the middle of the night, it might recommend you turn down the temperature on your SmartThings thermostat once you fall asleep. Additionally, relating to privacy, the company says personal data is stored on the device in the same area of its Samsung Knox mobile security platform where biometric data is kept. Additionally, Samsung is now attempting to make the lock screen and home screen more helpful with features called Now Brief and Now Bar. The Now Brief is a summary of information such as how you slept, the weather forecast, schedule reminders, and routine suggestions based on your habits. Whereas the Now Bar is similar to the iPhone's Dynamic Island and Live Actions. This is a tiny space on the lock screen that shows information such as sports scores or real-time navigation without having to unlock your phone. This is the Samsung Galaxy S25, and this is the Samsung Galaxy S25 Plus. Both look identical to their respective predecessors, though upon further glance, you will notice that the rear camera lenses use black trim on the S25 instead of body-matched surroundings on the S24. However, on the S25, the camera hardware remains unchanged, though on the performance side, both the S25 and the S25 Plus get 12 GB of RAM across the board. Now, the S25s also get Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Elite for Galaxy, not just in the US, but also in other territories. Whereas in the S24, you got the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 for Galaxy only in the US, and in other territories, you got Samsung's Exynos 2400 chip. Also, Samsung says that they're Qi 2 ready, though the phones lack the magnets that Qi 2 certification requires. But they can charge at up to 15 watts on a Qi 2 charger when paired with Samsung's official Qi 2 ready magnet case. Colors offered for the S25 and S25 Plus are Silver Shadow, Icy Blue, Mint, and Navy. There are also 3 online exclusive colors, those being Pink Gold, Coral Red, and Blue Black. Now, let me know in the comments below which one you like the best. Battery capacity for the Galaxy S25 and S25 Plus remains unchanged at 4,000 mAh and 4,900 mAh respectively, and both have 12 GB of RAM as mentioned earlier. Pricing for the S25 remains the same at $800 for a 128GB model and $860 for a 256GB model. And as for the S25 Plus, pricing is also unchanged at $1,000 for a 256GB model and $1,120 for a 512GB model. Pre-orders have already started, and if you choose to pre-order, you can get a free storage upgrade. Both devices officially go on sale on February the 7th. This is the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, and you may notice it's more rounded. It doesn't look like a rectangle with sharp corners. The design changes tie it closer with the S25 and S25 Plus than the Note 20 Ultra. You may also notice the black trim surrounding the cameras on the back of the S25 and S25 Plus is also found on the S25 Ultra. And while the screen sizes of the S25 and S25 Plus remain the same at 6.2 inches and 6.7 inches respectively, the S25 Ultra gets a bigger screen at 6.9 inches because of bigger bezels. Now, when it comes to cameras, we get a new 50 megapixel ultra wide sensor which replaces a 12 megapixel module. Now, Samsung claims that an upgrade to the S25's algorithmic image processing has improved detail in the zoomed images. Plus, on the video side, Samsung now offers a Galaxy log profile along with a custom LUT. Performance-wise, like the S25 and the S25 Plus, the S25 Ultra also gets the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Elite for Galaxy in all regions. Additionally, the S Pen no longer supports Bluetooth, so the air gesture controls offered on previous versions are gone. This was removed due to low user engagement. However, the benefits outweigh the drawbacks here. The S Pen will no longer require a battery, making it lighter and simpler. This also contributed to the overall weight reduction of the S25 Ultra, which is 15 grams lighter than its predecessor. Now, colors offered for the Galaxy S25 Ultra are titanium black, titanium gray, titanium silver blue, and titanium white silver. There are also online exclusive colors, those being titanium jade green, titanium jet black, and titanium pink gold. Let me know what you think of these colors in the comments below. Now, battery capacity for the S25 Ultra is unchanged at 5,000 milliamp hours, and like the S25 and S25 Plus, it has 12 gigabytes of RAM. Pricing for the Galaxy S25 Ultra remains the same, starting at $1,300 for a 256 gigabyte model, $1,420 for a 512 gigabyte model, and finally, $1,660 for a 1 terabyte model. Pre-orders have already started, and if you choose pre-order, you can get a free storage upgrade. The S25 Ultra officially goes on sale on February the 7th. If you found this helpful, then please make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you next time.